Roughly 20-ish years ago, I rented this game, but the only controller I had at the time failed completely when I had played very little of it, and I've been meaning to go back to it ever since, despite the fact that I don't remember it being particularly good. I don't really have an explanation for that, I'm just drawn to this sort of thing, like Mr. Sanderson to a Drake Redcrest toy. This is based on the 90s TV series of the same name, but I can't comment on that in any way as I've never seen a single episode of it, or even just a clip of it, meaning my interest in this is solely as a video game and not as an adaptation. It could be the worst or best adaptation of all time, and I wouldn't know either way. But I'm not expecting a whole lot from this overall, since historically speaking, licensed games based on existing IPs have had a penchant for shiteness, Star Wars games being the notable exception, as there are quite a few good Star Wars games, but that may be purely a consequence of their sheer multifariousness. This game is reputed to be vaguely mediocre, but I have to see for myself. Ooh, and immediately we're faced with a warning. Warning! Hercules supports both the Rumble Pack and the Controller Pack. Insert and remove the Controller Pack and the Rumble Pack when prompted to do so. Yeah, I've actually never owned a Rumble Pack, and part of why is this right here, because they both occupy the same slot on the controller. There is only one slot, so any game that uses both, you have to do this awkward thing where you keep switching between them, and then the game just has certain screens that tell you, it's now safe to remove the controller pack and insert the rumble pack. So like at the end of a level, you hit save, and then after you've saved, it says you can now switch to the rumble pack, and then you have to swap them out. You'd have to have both right next to you. It's kind of awkward to do, and the other big problem it has is that the controller packs on the N64 are notoriously unreliable. In fact, just when I sat down to record this game, because I am recording this on real hardware, it did not like the controller pack I had in the controller, which I know works because I've used it many, many times. It has a newish battery in it. I replaced the battery in it in 2015, so it should be perfectly fine. It's only 9 years old. They should be good for about 20. And I've used it on a bunch of other stuff. In fact, it is the exact same controller pack I played through Quest 64 with, and it didn't give me any issues the whole time. Sat down to play Hercules here, turned it on, and it said, memory card corrupt or needs to be initialized, and then it does that thing where it says, would you like to repair? And of course, when you click repair, it just erases the thing. It basically reformats it. If you've ever played an N64 game with a controller pack, I'm sure you've seen that. And then I tried to initialize it or repair it, and it said, repair failed, please insert a different controller pack. So I turned off the game, I put in Quest 64, Quest 64 said the same thing, memory card may be corrupt, you need to initialize it. So I told Quest 64 to initialize it, and inexplicably with that game it worked, and didn't even erase my data. So then now I come back here and it works. And this is a perfect encapsulation of what I'm talking about, is the controller packs are so iffy, so unreliable, that even just unplugging it, plugging it back in, sometimes it won't initialize properly. And do you really want to increase the odds of running into a problem by constantly swapping between it and the controller pack, or it and the rumble pack? It's just not worth it. I'm always amazed by how bad the implementation of the memory cards on the N64 are. It's just a nightmare, and they don't work. Also, Titus there, notable for being responsible for Superman 64. You may know that name. They did a bunch of other stuff, but they're infamous for that. Actually, fairly nice and noisy dissolve there. Also, Player One, never heard of him. We have a very compressed image in the background. Pretty nice looking 3D font there, though. Now, see, already, I have no clue if this is the theme song from the show. Presumably it is, albeit rendered with N64 instrumentation, but it's also possible this was written for the game. But yeah, that music was reasonably heroic and adventurous sounding, I suppose, and it also had a bit of a whiff of cheese to it, which is probably apropos. So here we have, I'm guessing, sound effect volume and music volume. I'm actually going to turn this up because it is crazy quiet. Oh, there's that classic punch sound. Oh, that's glorious. I love that sound effect. It's so cheesy. So we're gonna turn that up, and we're gonna turn the music up. Anyway, start a new game. Select file. That is why I clicked it. Oh my god, it's the Chronicler from Silver. Although it appears to be a female version of it. Stay a while, friend, and I will tell you an epic tale. Damn well better be epic. This game wasn't actually that cheap. It wasn't expensive, but it's not like it was $5. This is the story of a time long ago. A time of myth and legend. Ooh, those are some seriously anguished-looking people. I think they just played the initial launch of Destiny. When the ancient gods were petty and cruel and plagued mankind with suffering, only one man dared to challenge their power. Hercules, who is rendered here as having no face, which seems thematically nonsensical. Shouldn't we see his heroic face where he looks all stern and serious, not like silhouetted completely like he's evil? Hercules possessed a strength the world had never seen. Here he is hitting a giant in the shin with a sword, which instead of cutting it makes a blunt impact burst. Oh, people are happy now. A strength surpassed only by the power of his heart. Truly a Renaissance man. Wherever there was evil, wherever an innocent would suffer. So I just noticed the woman chained up there. There would be Hercules. And he looks, I think they're going for stern and serious there, but he actually looks a little bit dopey in that particular drawing. Listen as I tell you a tale of one such legendary journey. Drinking an elixir poisoned by Hera, Zeus, the almighty king... Okay, see, I stumbled on that because it looked like it was doing a list. Poisoned by Hera, Zeus, and someone else. So it's poisoned... Drinking an elixir poisoned by Hera, Zeus, the almighty king of the gods, fell ill. See, some M dashes instead of commas would have made that syntax more parsable. This gave Ares, with the evilest shit-eating grin I've seen in quite some time, son of Zeus and brother to Hercules, an opportunity to seize the throne. These events transpired unnoticed by the rest of the gods, who were too busy fucking each other to notice anything, who merely sensed an imbalance in the godly plane of existence. Most fled the mortal plane to investigate the cause of this disturbance, causing turmoil among the mortals on Gaia. I'm annoyed that the word cause was, there were two of them too close together there. Investigate the cause causing turmoil. You would have been better picking a different word there. Generally speaking, we don't like the same word being used multiple times too close together. Horror equi, I believe is the term for that. As most of the gods were either too busy or petty to care about the mortals, it would be up to Hercules to save them. Also, I just noticed how pink this person's arms are compared to their face. Like, the little bit of their face we can see looks like proper skin tone, but then their arms are like salmon-y pink. We begin the tale as Hercules awakens in the training stable of his master, Cheiron. But now we cut to the tutorial, presumably. Good morning, Hercules. My god, that was a hard cut. We just cut to purpley potato man staring me in the face. His portrait looks alright, but his character model is really angry looking and, again, too red. The skin tone is interesting. It is time to train. Follow me outside so that we may begin. Oh god, he's a centaur. Okay. Well, I just hit right to try to turn the camera. And C right goes into first person, so we can look around at the beautiful graphics. That classic chicken crow. That one's in, well, notably at the time, the Zelda games. I do like the leaves drifting around. It's weird, there's leaves falling inside the barn. That seems like something that should only be happening outside, but it's a decent touch. The frame rate is not amazing, but that is completely to be expected of an N64 game. Yes, indeed. It looks like Z rotates the camera behind you, exactly like Ocarina of Time. Fascinatingly, R is jump, which, wow, that's weird. You see that in like first-person games. The Quake games do that, notably. Ooh, I can pick up this milk jug. He grunts very hard, like it's difficult to lift, which you wouldn't think it would be for Hercules. Yeah, he acts like that's way harder than it should be. I could probably lift these. He has kind of an amusing patch on his bum, which is probably more comical than it's meant to be. So down on the D-pad appears to be a... Not on the D-pad. Down on... C down appears to be block. C left is kick behind me. C up appears to open some sort of spell menu. Okay. It's got a very jaunty run. Hello, horseman. I need you to clear these rocks out of this field for me, Hercules. Why? Also, there's lots of weird skipping in the audio. You hear those little dropouts? Walk up to any of the rocks you see here. Notice that your action indicator becomes grab when you are next to and facing an item that you can pick up. It's pretty self-explanatory. Press the A button to pick up the rock. Yeah, I already did this with the milk containers, so... Press the A button again to throw the rock in the direction that you are facing. That really didn't need to be described. The harder you push on the control stick, the farther you will throw them. But if I'm pushing on the control stick, then I'd be moving, right? Yeah. So if I just, like, stand still, he doesn't throw it very far. Okay, I'm gonna try moving next time. Excellent! Now clear all of these boulders out of this field. Why? They're not in the way of anything. I mean, that's the pathway. There's so much skipping in the audio. That's really pissing me off, actually. Alright, so if I throw while tilting the stick hard forward, he throws it very slightly farther? Wow. Okay, I'm a little more impressed he can pick these up than the jugs in the barn. Also, I can't help but notice his grunting only comes out the right speaker for some reason. Oh, no, there he was centered. But then the rock only came out the right. I don't know, the panning is completely off here. Good job, Hercules. That was a completely pointless waste of time, but I appreciate it. You can use crates to get to higher elevations, Hercules. You don't need to say my name every single sentence. Walk up to the crate on the other side of the fence, Hercules. I'm gonna run over here instead, although this appears to be some sort of exit. What's over here? This music is very cheerful. It's actually not bad at all, but the instrumentation is pretty cheesy. It's very cheap sounding in a way. But it's melodically nice. Let's get a good look at this guy. My God, look at that chest puffed out. So manly. He doesn't have a giant horse cock hanging down. I'm slightly disappointed by that. Oh, look, frogs. I think those are. Yes. Oh, look at those little things. They're so cute. This reminds me, I heard a frog croaking in my room earlier. I need to catch that and take it outside. I just took a frog out of this room not that long ago, and I caught a lizard in here like last week. Notice that the action indicator becomes kick when next to a crate. Walk up to the crate and press the A button. This will kick it in the direction that you are facing, as one would assume from the fact that the action indicator turned to kick. Crates can help you reach higher areas. Use this crate to jump up to the ledge on the other side of the fence. So, in classic 90s game fashion, we have block puzzles. Although I really, really like that, ooh, we can actually move it diagonally. It doesn't only move in 90s. Look at that. If I do this, it does move diagonally. Look at that. I love that we're kicking it instead of doing like what so many other games at the time do, because block puzzles where you push blocks around to either press down switches or climb to higher areas, very common in the 90s. I mean, they're in Zelda, they're in Soul Reaver, famously has just like endless block puzzles. But generally, you would walk up to the crate, like the way Zelda does it, and the way Soul Reaver does it, is you would then hold A to grab the crate, and then you would just push or pull it, and it moves very slowly. Here, that you just tap kick, and he just kicks it and it slides a good distance. It's much faster than the push mechanic in Zelda and Soul Reaver. I appreciate that. Do we have a ledge grab, or I guess I can just jump high enough? Also, this guy's hair floofing around while he runs is fantastic. That his hair isn't completely rigid. You can clearly see it, his long hair jostling around, which is great. Notice that the action indicator becomes climb when next to a ladder. Gee, I wonder if that means I can climb the ladder. Are you gonna spell that out in the next sentence? Ladders are also useful for reaching higher elevations. Okay, that sentence does not need to be in this game because that's not a video game mechanic, that's a real life mechanic. Even if this was the first video game you had ever played in your life, you would not need to be told what a ladder is. Except it's not working. Oh, I have to move it diagonally for some reason. I guess because the camera's canted. Pressing up did nothing there. I had to go up and left. Now up works because the camera's facing. So it's weirdly camera relative, which makes sense when you're running around, but camera relative makes no sense when you're on a ladder. Up should just be up because it's a ladder. It's inherently linear. Ooh, we can jam the camera against the wall and get a good look at our guy here. Yes. Look at that face. He also looks kind of baked and 1,000-yard starey. Also, you can see the really obvious, glorious texture seam in the skybox there. Look at that. Ooh, the sky's rotating. Yeah, we do have the clouds moving. You can see the edge of the clouds cut out there. But hey, at least it's moving. This music's actually pretty good. When you encounter a very heavy object, Hercules, like my heaving horsecock, you are required to exert extra force in order to lift it. Press the... I don't know why I said that. Press the A button to lift the heavy object, then tap the A button repeatedly to lift it. Make your way to the log bridge after completing this task. So, A, and then hammer it. Oh my god, so manly. Oh, and now once it's over my head, I don't have to keep hammering A. Ooh, the balance point on this makes no sense, because like its center of gravity is well forward of me. My god, I'm so manly. Anyway, here's the log bridge he was talking about. So far, so good. Let's see if you can make your way across the chasm. Notice that when you push the control stick slightly, you walk more slowly. This is useful in an area like this. It would also be useful to use the Z camera view. Press and hold Z to lock the camera behind you. Ooh, I hadn't noticed that. While you're up there, Hercules, I suggest that you visit the Scribe. She is waiting for you in her hut, which is located above the barn. So clearly, I saw this chest up here. So I'm going to walk up here. Oh god, you're good. Oh Jesus. Yes, okay. What's the... Look how... His portrait there is so dorky looking. He looks like sort of enraptured in thought, but also smug. There's a note in here. To destroy large objects, Hercules, you may need to use your superhuman punch, Hercules. Hercules, to charge this power, Hercules, press and hold the B button, Hercules. Then release the B button to throw a blow that will send your opponents reeling and objects flying, Hercules. I'm sure this will come in handy. Oh, you can even jump in first person. That's interesting. Once again, the panning is off. Because both my jump sound and my landing sound are panned hard left, even though, since I'm in first person, I'm inherently centered in the view. Why is the panning so wrong? Do you see the 3 combat dummies ahead, Hercules? Knock these guys out. Move towards a dummy and press the B button to punch it. These guys are easy. They should only take a few punches to knock down. So I can throw gigantic boulders, but one punch isn't enough? After you're done, hop the fence and approach one of the dummies on the other side of the fence. Okay. They have a... I love the face that's painted on them. They have Joe Murray-style X's for eyes like they're already dead. Die, potato. And the sound effects there were panned hard right, even though I'm centered on the screen. The audio is completely wrong here. Glorious. So we have a 3-punch combo, so... Ooh, there's the charge up. Ooh, and I can slightly shuffle around while I'm charging up my punch. It's incredibly awkward. And this is where the humorous butt patch in this guy's pants is really beginning to distract me. When you see an enemy with stars around his head, it indicates that he is dazed and vulnerable. This is when you can lift and throw them. Okay. Lift the dazed dummy by pressing the A button while facing it. I had to do it twice for some reason. Let's throw it at this other one, if I can actually line up. Die. Oh, I didn't throw it far enough. Okay. See, now they're doing arrows above the enemies. You see that arrow, like, right there? That's giving me the impression I can lock on, but I have not yet found how lock on works. Die! You can throw one at the other. Okay. Double kill. Great job, Hercules. Now walk to the center of the ring of dummies you see ahead. Also, this tree here actually looks pretty good. We have a nice domed canopy instead of like awkward, flat, individual planes of leaves. It's actually kind of contiguous and round. That's a reasonably well-rendered tree for N64, actually. Because they often are just like, well, like Quest 64 had them, and Mario 64 does it as well, where they're a flat plane that just rotates to face you. Ocarina of Time does the crisscross of flat planes that are arranged in sort of a cross shape vertically, so that there's always a plane facing you. Ooh, that was the frog. But yeah, this tree rendered properly round like that actually looks pretty good. I mean, the ground textures here are very, very blurry, but they're serviceable. The rock walls look alright, especially when they're farther away. So, I mean, the graphics here really aren't bad for N64. There are 6 combat dummies around you. Try to destroy all of them before the counter expires. Oh my god, there's so little time. Oh, this would be so much easier if I could lock on. Which I think I can because there's an arrow, but the guy never told me how to lock on, despite the fact he felt it made sense to explain what a ladder is. Unfortunate, Hercules, but a noble attempt. Use the map I gave you to find your way to Traycus. I hear there was some kind of trouble there. Good luck on your journeys, Hercules. You may wish to speak with the Scribe before you leave. She is waiting for you in her hut, which is okay, but yeah, you said that already. Oh, that's right, I can kick behind me. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you can just turn away from the enemy and kick back. It does more damage than a punch, which for Hercules seems odd. This guy's supposed to be legendarily strong, right? Why would a kick do more than a punch? Also, why does he climb ladders so slowly? He climbs ladders like a baby that just learned how. And now my footsteps are panned hard right. Why? I'm right in the center of the screen. How do you fuck that up? Oh, now they're correct. Well, they're slightly too far left. And now they're far left. Yeah, it's like they're camera relative as opposed to where I am. But I'm the one making the footsteps. I mean, like, look at me. I'm right there on screen. Right in front of you. So here they're left. But if I turn like this, they'll now be on the right. But if I do like this, they should be vaguely centered. What the actual fuck? So it's like the footstep sound effects are coming from somewhere out there. Because if out there is to my right, the footsteps come out the right, even though I'm on screen. So it's like they somehow made it so that the sound effects of my character, so footsteps, my vocalizations when I jump or when I pick things up, are somehow at like the center of the cell, maybe? Like this cell, this area that's currently loaded into RAM. Do my Foley sounds just come out of the center point of the cell, and so then what speaker they come out of is based on that center point's position relative to the camera, rather than where I am on screen as the thing actually ostensibly producing those sound effects? That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Incredibly, this problem also exists in the first Tomb Raider, which I had not played at the time of recording Hercules, and it works exactly the same way. Lara's sounds originate from an arbitrary position inside the level, so their panning is based on camera direction rather than Lara's position on screen. Where I'm currently standing, the origin point is to the left of the camera, so if I run forward, my footsteps are to the left, and if I turn around so that the origin point is now camera right, my footsteps are to the right. And if I turn to face that direction, they're centered. This also applies to gunshots, which is more distracting because they're quite a bit louder. They fixed this in Tomb Raider 2, but this is so blatantly and objectively wrong that even one game having this problem is mind-blowing. That I've now played 2 makes me feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. It's a reasonably sharp texture there, although it does appear to have been drawn in MS Paint. Look at the pixels. I mean, it's not even anti-aliased. There's just straight up actual pixels in the drawing. That would look better if you blurred the shit out of it, because diegetically it's painted by hand. There shouldn't be pixels. Should I enter the scribe's hut? Like, that portrait of him, he looks like he's being tempted by something just off screen, and he's really contemplating it. Like, maybe there's a big, giant, ineluctable pie just out of frame, and he really wants to eat it. It's such a strange portrait to pick. Oh, I'm not allowed to go into first person in here. Oh, okay. I was gonna look around and say she has a remarkably Spartan hut because she has no furniture of any kind. This is the worst house ever. She has beady little eyes. Also note the way her model is skinned to the way her model is skinned to the bones to her skeleton. You can actually see her face stretching as she moves her head around. It's hard to describe. If you understand rigging, you already know what I'm talking about, because the bottom of her face, like her mouth and chin, stretches as she rotates because it's attached to the top of her torso rather than being separated from it by a neck. So in order to make up the distance, the texture just stretches, which looks absolutely freakish and rubbery. Greetings, Hercules. I am the Scribe. I will be documenting your heroic deeds so that future generations may pay witness to your epic adventures. Whenever you see me, feel free to talk to me so that I can make addendums to your tales. So yeah, I was actually kind of joking when I said she was the chronicler from Silver, but that's exactly what she is. Would you like me to make a record of your progress? Tell me of your deeds, traveler. This controller pack does not have a Hercules game note. Yeah, then make one. You must create a Hercules. Yeah, make one. That's why I'm here. Create note. I have made a written record of your adventures. Good luck on your journey. All right, here's where we discover if this game has fall damage. It either doesn't or it takes more height than that. Oh my god, all the rocks respawned. I'm gonna throw a boulder at him. Taste boulder, fiend. Oh, he's unfazed. Well, glorious. We are setting out on our fantabulous adventure. And that H fade out there looks, I know it's H for Hercules, but every time I see it, it looks exactly like the History Channel H. So it just looks like we should be cutting to Modern Marvels or like Ancient Aliens or something. And holy mother of fuck, that clump of grass there is designed to look exactly like the ones in Ocarina of Time. That's a bit shameless. So yeah, I do like there's particles in there. We have butterflies, we have the leaves falling, we have bird up there that's making that classic sound effect. You can hear that in the Zelda games as well. Again, the music is very cheerful. There's a boulder here, so I'm gonna lift this and see if there's anything hidden beneath it, because you never know. We have a campfire and a tent. Oh, these are just enemies. Oh, yes. I was hoping when I heard that punch sound on the menu, it was going to be the sound for hitting enemies, and it looks like it is. So I guess they keep spawning out of this. And cackling hilariously, because they're generic thugs in a video game. They don't stand much of a chance, though. Can I just break the tent? Or do I just keep killing them till they run out? I don't know if this is an endless spawner. I feel like I should be able to break the tent, because clearly it just keeps spawning them. He gets up and then... Why does he get up and then he's dazed? That doesn't really make any sense. If he was dazed, he shouldn't have gotten up. Can I kick the tent? Oh, are we done now? Was that all of them? Okay, I think that was all of them. We have a nice campfire here. It's a reasonably successful effect, I suppose. It has a pretty good frame rate. It's not super jerky as far as these sort of cycled through textures go. That could look worse. There's a boulder in the way. Oh my god, I have to hammer the button to heave this one. Glorious. And then drop it on myself, which thankfully doesn't hurt. There's a key in this chest. I wonder what it's for. Of course, there appears to be something behind the waterfall, because there always is. Oh, that's the keyhole. I have to use a key to unlock... Well, then how about the one you just picked up? Do I have to go into the menu? Quest profile. There's a child's MS Paint drawing of me there, which is excellent. I have 1940 health, I suppose. 125 dinars. Inventory. Oh, there we go. Medium-sized key. So now do I just... I'll just use this key. Okay, so you have to... Even with it in my inventory, I still have to equip it for some reason. Why not just... If I have the key, the use button should work. Oh god, okay, that guy's, the sound effect was clearly coming to the left, which is why I turned left to throw a barrel at him. Insta-kill. Yeah, so the audio panning is just absolutely fucked beyond reason. So we do at least have an indicator of the enemy health. Beneath my health, there's that red bar. Wait, I had grabbed a hold of him, I think to kick him, but I fucked it up. This appears to be a dead end, so I think I'm just here to punch all these guys. Who are these people, and why am I punching them? At least the other guys just looked like generic bandits or something. These guys look like they're soldiers? In which case, why am I punching them? He'll be dazed, pick him up, throw him at the other guy. Yeah. Oh god, there's more? Well, the combat's already a bit of a slog, admittedly. And the sound positioning making no sense is pissing me off like you would not believe. Because instinctually, I expect things to be coming from the same location as their sound. And so I keep thinking there's guys coming at me from off-screen, and they're not. The panning is just objectively fucking wrong. And yeah, this is clearly just a dead end. Am I supposed to be able to get through there? Oh, you know what? Can I just, like, do the charge punch through that rock in the road? I don't know, man. Ooh, yeah, that insta-kills. Nice. And they take long enough to come out, I can just charge it up for the next one. It's like an assembly line of slaughter. Can I, like, charge punch the tents dead? Oh, okay. Yeah, a regular punch doesn't work. That collapsing animation was actually fairly smooth. Yeah, it's got kind of like a jiggly bounce to it as it settles to its new position. Alright, that's one down. Aha! Oh, I love that back kick. That's fantastic. I love how much more damage it does, and it also looks very goofy. Does this block actually work? Oh, it does. I mean, I know I'm Hercules, but that's just weird. This guy can swing a heavy-ass steel mace at me, and as long as I put my arms up, I'm okay. Oh yes, I just punched the rock. And then it just explodes beneath the awesome might of Hercules man, who frankly doesn't even look that buff. I mean, don't get me wrong, this guy looks buff, but he looks like normal human buff, not like strongest entity who's ever lived, which I guess is a limitation of it being based on a live-action show that does have to star real humans. Is this quicksand? I guess there's only one way to find out. Okay, I just trudged through it. I was worried I would just die there. 100 dinars! Wow! Once again, the sound is wrong. Oh, man. That's actually annoying me so much, I would be tempted to play this game in mono, but I didn't actually see an option to switch it to mono. Which a lot of games had at the time, because back in the days of CRTs, if you were using your TV's built-in speaker, oh my god, there's like muck monsters in here. That's fucking weird. Back in the days of CRTs, the TV's built-in speakers often only had one. Also, these things appear to have boobs, which is freaking me out slightly. Because they're like horrifying muck monsters. Ew, oh jeez, yeah. These things are proper disgusting. They just go completely rigid and vertically slide down. They don't actually have a dying animation. So I'm guessing this loops around to that chest I was just at. Yeah, but hey, it's amazing. This game has not wasted any time in getting us wading hip deep in dookie butter. Usually they save that for the sewer level when they've run out of ideas. Look at that thing. It's got like weird blisters on it. There's like this sort of, yeah, it's got like spots on its arms and its belly. It's like, looks all sickly and tumorish. But man, can you taste the adventure? Oh, yeah, there's one. It's weird how there isn't really much of a plot yet. Have you noticed? I mean, in Ocarina of Time, since this game's making me think of that, and a few small ways. Also, these things have rendered butt cheeks, which is a little strange. In Ocarina of Time, like, you get the stakes immediately. The game opens on, like, an ominous dream. $100. That'll come in handy. Kick that in the face. It opens on, like, this ominous dream you have of, like, there's lightning and the gate to Castle Town opening, and it's all like, oh my god, this is like a horrifying omen of what's to come. And then you learn about the Deku tree summons you, and it's very important, and you have to go talk to this wise old tree that protects the fort. Like, immediately there's stuff going on, and you understand the stakes. And the game expands from there, but it's not like you just dick around for the first half hour of Ocarina of Time while not really knowing what's going on. Like, it's established right away that there's things of note happening in the world. And here, I'm just running around punching tents, and I don't really know why. I guess because I don't know what else to do. I kind of like the sound effects on the tent being punched, though. Yeah, that last cloth whoosh of it folding in on itself. It's a satisfying sound effect. There's actual texture to his hair I hadn't noticed. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you can see sort of there's actually different colors in his hair to give it sort of a strandy look. I thought it was solid color, because like out here, you cannot see those lines. So dorky. Okay, so we can go that way. There's a chest here. Another $100. I'm noticing a theme here. I wonder what would happen if I pulled this lever. It opened a door that was already half open. That's convenient. Maybe that was supposed to be rendered as closed, because like that side was clipped into the wall and then rotated into that position. This one was closed and rotated open, but like I clearly could have run through that side. So I think that was a rendering error. But yeah, as I was saying, the movement controls actually aren't bad. It's reasonably responsive. We can spin in place pretty easily. We can change direction quickly. It's not horribly soupy. And from a standstill, you rotate in place the way you'd want to. It feels pretty solid for the era. That's probably the way I'm supposed to go, so let's go ahead and check out the cave, I suppose. The H transition is so cheesy, though. Hello, man with stick. Who are you? Ooh, how am I supposed to say that? Iolaus? Iolaus? Fuck if I know how that's supposed to be said. What are you doing here? Oh, hi, Herc. I guess we're friends. I've been trying to figure out how to get up these dead vines. Do you climb them like Zelda? Any success? Not so far. I'm gonna stay here and keep trying, though. Well, keep at it. You know I'm too heavy to climb those intricate vines. I'll see you later, YOLO. Bye, Herc. Why does he need to stay here and keep trying? Like, either it works or it doesn't. What do you mean you're trying to figure out how? That makes no sense. I've been trying to figure out how to get up these dead vines. Well, if they're dead, they'd be weaker, yeah. I'm gonna stay here and keep trying. What's to try? But in video game terms, that's clearly I need to come back here later. Oh, more tents to punch. That hasn't gotten boring yet. So, my charged punch, I keep dropping my block too early because I'm not expecting them to do combos. That's really my bad. So my charged punch can explode giant boulders, but he can block it by just holding up his sword. Does that not make any sense at all? God, this is dull. I mean, fighting the guys would be fine. It's the punching the tents that it's really dull. Because the charge punch takes a while to do. And I have to do so many of them to take out the tent. It would be fine if it was like 2. But the fact that I have to punch it over and over and stun the guys in order to have an opening. So it all gets really dull really fast. Like, already the game kind of feels like a slog. And this is where I'll point out that the combat in Ocarina of Time feels great and never gets old. But hey, at least we're in a town, so we can stop punching things for now. You're just in time, Hercules. Just in time to do what? Just in time to save us from that dreadful monster. Also, his shoulder is skinned weirdly and is doing that weird texture stretching thing I was talking about with the Scribe. Who are we talking about? My wife! Ha ha! Oh, no, I mean, the Cyclops, of course. Not only has he blocked off our river, he has built himself a fort on the other side of town. Maybe I should go have a talk with him. Talk? Kill the monster. I think I should try a more peaceful solution before I go clobbering anyone. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Hercules to try the Picard approach of, let's try diplomacy first. I would have assumed his only talent is punching things. So here we have another person whose skin is weirdly pink. It's kind of freakish. Well, hello there, Hercules. Why don't you just use your big, strong muscles to move the rock? Thanks for the compliment, but the Cyclops would just replace it, wouldn't he? Yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess you're right, but it's a shame that I won't be able to see you flex your might. Well, if things don't go well with the Cyclops, then you just might see that. Oh, that would be so exciting. And dangerous. Wow, this dialogue is amazing. Let's barge into whoever's house this is. Should I enter the tavern? Oh, it's a tavern. Yes, let's head in. Ooh, this music is nice. 12/8, nice and jaunty. Feels appropriate for a tavern. It's a roaring fire that, amazingly, the sound effect is actually panned correctly for. That might be the first one in the entire game. Welcome, Hercules. I look nothing like my portrait. My portrait is clearly of kind of a scrawny-looking dude, and yet I'm portly as fuck. What can I do for you today? I want to buy something, sure. That's what I like to hear. I have many magic potions to sell you at $75 a piece. Which one would you like? Potion of earth, fire, lightning. Well, what do they do? Do they, like, enhance that element temporarily? Do they enhance that element permanently? And I really want to buy these? I don't have any elements, so I don't even know how they work. There doesn't appear to be a way to cancel, though. Okay, fine, I'll buy a potion of fire. Are you sure you want a magic potion of fire, in all caps? No. All right, Hercules, have a nice day. Okay. So to cancel, instead of just backing out, you have to select one and then say no, which is far less efficient than just backing out. I can't barge into anyone's room, which is both realistic but also unusual for a video game. Typically, you can just barge into anyone's house. There appears to be a dartboard. Disappointingly, I can't play darts. Oh, well. Yeah, let's just explore town a bit. Oh, that must be the fort the Cyclops has made. Okay. He just built that whole thing by himself? I mean, that would have taken quite some time. Each one of those posts is a big-ass tree, and those are big boards. I mean, I know he's a presumably large Cyclops, so he'd be strong enough, but, like, that would take weeks, even for a giant, to build, and everyone here just let him do it? I mean, I guess what are you gonna do if he's a big, strong Cyclops and you're all peasants, but in that case, why would he need a fort at all? Like, if these guys were powerless to do anything to stop him from building that, then that also proves he doesn't need to protect himself in the first place. Who goes there? Relax, soldier. I hear that you can help me get that nasty Cyclops. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Too many of my friends were hurt trying to do away with that creature. I just can't watch anyone else get pummeled by that beast. Is there any way I can change your mind, you pathetic pussy? There is nothing you can do. I'm a pathetic pussy. Ever since I lost my teddy bear, that could not have been timed more perfectly. Ever since I lost my teddy bear, I just don't feel secure. Your teddy bear? Hey, we all need a little security in our lives. I guess we do. That's fine, I don't judge. As long as Hercules... Again, we have a completely barren house, just like the Scribe's place. Nothing on the walls, no windows, not even a crate, no chair, no table, nothing. It's disappointing how barren the interiors are, which... I mean, I realize we're working with very few polygons here. There's only so much you can render on screen, but that's not a problem every other game has. I'm gonna break all these barrels, which hopefully doesn't piss everyone off. Oh my god, 200 health from that beer. Yeah, apparently beer is healthier than apples. Hello, man who looks like other man we've already seen. I watched the Cyclops beat up one of my friends, Hercules. He didn't seem to be able to see anything to his sides or behind him. Maybe that single eye of his limits his peripheral vision. Great idea. I'll keep that in mind if things get ugly. Have you taken a good look at him? Things already have. Was that supposed to be an attempt at a joke? Like, haha, he's ugly? Oh look, it's Hercules. I look exactly like the woman across that bridge. Hooray. Have I offended you in some way? Yeah, every time I hear about your misadventures, it involves bashing someone's head in. Well, I try to avoid that, but sometimes it's impossible, because people are dicks, and they can't just get along. Always an excuse with you, isn't it, Hercules? Why don't you try using the muscle in your head instead? Because that's not how brains work. It is not a muscle. It is a brain. There's a difference. Oh my god, furniture. Also, there appears to be something on this upper shelf, but I cannot tell what it is at this distance. And you're not allowed to go into first person indoors for some reason. Ooh, a bookshelf. I didn't know these people could read. Wow, you're such a dick, Hercules. I wonder what interesting books there might be. Nothing but these horribly embarrassing romance novels. Okay, I'm glad I came in here. Ooh, the barrels respawned. Will I get more beer if I break them? I will. Well, I found out how to heal. I could do without the slurping sound, though. So clearly there is supposed to be a river here, given that there is a water wheel. So I'm guessing the Cyclops' boulder has blocked that off specifically. Oh, yes, there is the boulder. That is a big-ass boulder. Should I enter the tailor? Maybe I could get a shirt that actually closes at the front, but then I'd have to cover up my glorious man cleavage, and we can't have that. What about this skin, tailor? I'm sorry, sir, that one is being repaired and is unfit for clothing. I understand. Welcome to my tailor shop, Hercules. I have giant hands. Let me wave them at you like I'm in perfect dark. How can I help you? Nothing today, thanks. Very well, Hercules. Let me know if you would like me to fashion any clothing out of any raw materials for you. Because that's what a tailor does. There's a bunch more buildings to go in. Hope you're sitting comfortably. Oh, another identical woman. Hello. Hello. Ahem. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Hercules. I'm a bit preoccupied. That's okay. What's wrong? I've misplaced my mother's cookbook. It's a family heirloom, and I'm distraught because I can't find it, which is what misplaced means, so I really didn't need this extra sentence. Well, if I find it, I'll be sure to return it to you. That would be a huge relief. How do you misplace a cookbook? I mean, generally they don't leave your house, right? So is it on that shelf of cookbooks I just saw, or is that where it will go back to? I don't know. Is there some way you can help me, Hercules? Of course. Would you deliver this letter to my cousin in Alpsius for me? Sure. You are very kind, Hercules. Godspeed on your journeys, brave one. And he's in another completely empty, barren building that looks exactly like the watchtower. Greetings, warrior. Would you like to pay homage to Athena with a 100 dinar donation? What do I get? If I'm just giving some bitch money for no reason, then no, fuck Athena, I don't care. Perhaps the wisdom you'd gain along your journeys will persuade you to donate to our worthy cause in the future. Actually, I'm gonna go check that cookbook shelf, because if it is as simple as just go look at this bookshelf, I'm gonna be really annoyed. I didn't know these people could read. Hey, the missing cookbook. Oh, it is that simple. I'm sure that young lady will be pleased to get this back. What an exciting quest. Hello, woman. Perhaps I should give her the cookbook that she is looking for. Yeah, that's why I clicked on her. Oh god, you're gonna make me go into the inventory? Okay. Scroll over. Select the fucking cookbook, close. Now talk to her. Have you found my cookbook yet? Yes, I did. Here you go. It was on the fucking bookshelf, which you'd think is where you would look anyway, unless that's somebody else's bookshelf. And if that's somebody else's bookshelf, how did they end up with your cookbook? That's wonderful. I can't wait to start cooking recipes again, which is what a cookbook is for, so this dialogue's a little awkward. What's this? There's a key between a couple of the pages. What do you think it's for? Unlocking something, one would assume. I don't know, but you can have it. It looks like it opens another chest. Yeah, that's what a key is for. Thanks. Wow, that's exciting. That's one of the best side quests I've ever seen in a video game. In the last 5 minutes. Oh, I wonder if it's that chest there. Hello, identical-looking man. Many of the men in the village have been injured trying to battle the Cyclops. As a result, the watchtower guard has taken custody of the key to the Cyclops' fort. Where can I find him? In the watchtower, of course. Yeah, I already talked to him. He's the guy that wants a teddy bear. I didn't realize he had a key to the fort, so looks like I'm gonna need to get his teddy bear to make him happy, at which point he'll then give me the key to the fort, which then I can fight the Cyclops. I'm guessing is the order of operations here. And again, we have an identical-looking man in an identical-looking empty room. I'm noticing a staggering amount of sameness here. This is a terrible time when the ancient gods are petty and cruel, which I think they are most of the time, but I'm going to pretend that's new, and plague mankind with suffering. I hear only one man dares challenge their power, I heard that in the opening monologue of this game, which is kind of fourth wall breaking that I bring that up. Would that person be Hercules? Why, yes. How did you ever know? I know because that's me. I'm Hercules. Oh, sure. I don't believe you. Really? I'm Hercules. Whatever you say, buddy. Wow, that dialogue was glorious. I'm so glad I came into this house. Also, why would he not believe I'm Hercules when everyone else here not only believes I'm Hercules, but already knew I was before I even came here, implying that, like, I've been here before and they know me? Oh, look, a person. A dirty farmer man in tattered clothes and an epic hat. Also, there's a weird blue dot below him. Is that like the positional marker for his model? Does everybody have that? I gotta run over to somebody else now. No, the other people don't have that. Top of the morning to you. My portrait looks really bloated for some reason. Why are your crops wilted, farmer? Because there's no water? Alas, the soil does not receive enough water. Have you tried pissing on it? I'll just run around on his crops for a while. I'm sure that won't hurt them at all. Now there's no need to be going in there, laddie. It's not like I have my gigantic stash of embarrassing hentai in there. All right, well, if you say so. No one's home. Oh, well, I'm glad I came up here. Should I enter the house? Yes. Okay, yep, this is clearly a scribe. Would you like to make a written record? Yes, as you wish. I have made a written record. Good luck. Don't use rumble pack. My god, I am gonna have to say that every time. Also, our swimming animation is really weirdly dainty. Look at his tiny little kicking animation. It looks so dorky. He looks like he just learned how to swim yesterday. I must have to use some kind of key to unlock this chest. Gee, I wonder if it's the one I got from the very exciting cookbook quest. I certainly hope this was worth the swim, since I'm not very good at it. A teddy bear! Why the blithering fuck would that be locked in a chest? How cute. Because I just saved, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pay the $100 to Athena or whatever, just to see what the hell it does. And if I don't like it, because it's like some temporary boost I don't care about, I'll just reset the game. Won't that be fun? I'll have to get up and go across the room to hit reset. It's one of the nice things the Dreamcast added. The Dreamcast has a software reset. If you press all the face buttons and hit start, you can reset the game without actually going over and hitting the power button on the console. The acolytes of Athena give thanks. Please accept this medallion of Athena as a token of our appreciation. Oh, there's that circle of them on the right there. So I guess, well, I'm guessing then there's one of those in each town. I have no clue what they do, though. Here's your teddy bear, sir. Who goes there? Relax, soldier. I hear that you can help me get to that nasty Cyclops. Oh, we're starting this dialogue over again. So anyway, I can change your mind. There's nothing you can do ever since I lost my teddy bear. Will this one do? Teddy! Where on Gaia did you find it? I found it locked in a chest, which is fucking weird. Someone must have hidden it there, but why would they do that? My mother's been trying to get rid of it. She must have locked it away. Wow, your mother sounds like a crazy bitch. My son is way too old to like teddy bears, so rather than just go, well, fuck it, I guess he's allowed to anyway, I'm gonna steal it from him, lock it in a chest, steal someone else's cookbook, hide the key to that chest in the cookbook, and then put that cookbook back on a shelf with other cookbooks because nobody will think to look there. And then my son will finally stop being obsessed with his teddy bear. It's the perfect plan. You've returned something that I had lost, Hercules, and I'm not talking about my dear Teddy. I'm referring to my security. You must be a man of courage. I will give you the key to the Cyclops' fort. Okay, I take it back. The teddy bear thing was kind of amusing. That will probably be a kind of memorable section of this game. A wishing well. I wish that the Cyclops would just disappear. Darn. The key I got from the watchtower guard seems to fit in the keyhole. Should I don't need that line that he says, just open the door. I hope that this is a peaceful confrontation, but it probably won't be because this is an action game. So I'm sure it will involve copious amounts of punching. Well, he's apparently snoring. But you'll note if I look this way, he's clearly snoring to the left, despite the fact he's to my right, because the audio in this game is completely fucked. Is this what you do all day? You just sit here and sleep? Why did you build a fort with nothing in it? He doesn't even have food, he has no bed. They've even rendered him with a hairy chest, look at that. So much detail on this character model. He's got a very strange looking club. It's all stripy and stranded. I think that's supposed to be the grain of the wood, but it's way too high contrast for that. All right. Oh, he sounds friendly.
Huh, what? Who is it that I see?
I am Hercules. Why have you deprived the good people of this village of their water supply?
Observe the bidding of Hera. She requires the water to feed her sacred vineyard.
But you're causing these poor people to suffer needlessly.
It matters not. Behold, her will is law.
Perhaps you could share the water with the village.
What insolence! Witness my strength!
Wow. Well, diplomacy imploded a little faster than I expected. Although I had absolutely no faith in diplomacy because it never works, but I thought it would take a little longer than that. Also, we now have, this is a great example of, I would love to be able to have the camera continuously face this guy. So I'm gonna lock it like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh, my block does work. Okay. I figured this guy was way too big for the block to work, so I was gonna dodge instead. But of course he can block me. So yeah, that doesn't really work. Man, I wish I could... Oh, he does a shockwave attack. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I really wish I could just auto-face the camera. Because even if I lock it in a direction by holding Z like this, now once he's behind me, it doesn't work. It just locks it in that direction, not facing him. Yeah, this isn't working so well. Okay, well, at least I'm somehow getting like multiple hits per punch, which is... actually just feels like a collision error, to be honest. And see, so there's an awkwardness here of when I stop to turn the camera, that just gives him a free hit. So what I need to do is not turn the camera. So that fight is made way more awkward than it should be simply by the fact that I'm futzing with the camera instead of just fighting him. If I could just fight him and not futz with the camera, it would be fine. Oh hey, if you end that dialogue early, he's still doing his animation and he doesn't get his first free hit. That's nice. Okay, he falls, does a shockwave. Alright. Yeah, the trick here clearly is not to worry about the camera. Because that's what was giving him his free hits, is me fucking around with that. Ooh, ouch. His attacks are very fast. Although that swipe always gives me good hits. Owie.
All too easy. Will you give us our water now? Or do I need to keep punching you in the dick some more? I see you have defeated me, Hercules. Do your worst.
I have no intention of killing you. I'm just going to rip your dick off instead.
You show me mercy. Why?
I did not want to fight you. I only wanted the village to receive what was rightfully theirs.
Perhaps my devotion to Hera was clouding my vision. My very limited monocular vision. Let me help you move the rock, so that the river may flow freely once more. I was very easily convinced to change my ways, which is kind of strange.
I was hoping that you would say that. With his enormous strength, the Cyclops lifted the huge boulder blocking the river's path. It turns out diplomacy works better when you first punch people profusely. He then hurled it several miles into the... Several miles? You know, he just needed to move it. The people of Traycus rejoiced, able once again to enjoy their fresh, running water. So fresh that various wild animals have urinated into it. But it's fine. It's more or less fresh. Unfortunately, the Cyclops was unable to attend the festivities. It looks like he fell in and got washed away. The surge of the water through the dry riverbed caught him by surprise, sending him downstream. Oh, that's it? He's just fucked? But he changed his way and gave in to diplomacy. He was like a good guy now. Oh well, it's fine. I won't miss him. Let's go see if Teddy Bear Squeezer has anything to say. Thank you so much for finding my teddy bear, Hercules. Oh, my dear Teddy. I love you. They actually spelled it with a W. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, he doesn't apparently care about the Cyclops.
The only thing that matters in the world to him is his teddy.
It's fine. We all have our vices. He has his teddy. Some of us have our embarrassing anime body pillows. And holy crap, this guy's crops grew in 5 minutes. The fuck? Look, son, my crops are healthy once again, magically, within seconds. In fact, I have such a surplus of grain that I want you to have some. Why, thank you. I'm sure I'll find some use for this. I can make bread, I guess. Can I go to his house now? Nope, he still doesn't want me in his house. He must have something really embarrassing in there. I forgot to mention earlier, Hercules, that Iolaus was by earlier. I don't know why I said earlier twice there. Iolaus? Iolaus? How the fuck do I say that name? It's pissing me off. What did he have to say? He said that he would meet you outside of town in some sort of secret meeting place. Thanks for the information. I wonder if that's the place with the vines I was at earlier. Should I enter the mill? Yes. Hello, sir. See them wheels a-turnin', Hercules? They're the wheels of justice. Christopher Walken told me those grind slowly, but they're moving. Give me some grain to grind. Oh. I wasn't expecting to have a use for the grain quite that fast, but sure. Oh, sweet, sweet grain. How I love to grind thee, 'cause I'm a weird pervert. Here you go, Hercules. Some freshly ground flour. I love to grind grain. I can see that. Another completely barren room. At least this one has a window, although it's closed at the moment, because that would require rendering outdoors. Well, well, you just had to bully that poor Cyclops, didn't you, Mr. Fisticuffs? There is just no pleasing some people. I mean, I guess he's right about that. There's always gonna be that one fucker that hates you no matter what you do. Especially when you're on YouTube. Although, amazingly, as of recording this, I have not yet received any death threats, which is, pretty unique. Usually you get those right away once you're on YouTube. I guess you really were Hercules. That's okay. I get that all the time. Wow, that was insightful. Alright, so, I guess we're done here in Traycus. So yeah, I think I am just gonna go back to where the vines were.